This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I am the Invader. What's up?
Also, subscriber number 66, if you don't remember.
I do remember.
And
That was exciting. Chris messaged me and said, "You won't believe what just happened."
This is true. I was pretty starstruck when you subscribed to our channel. That was pretty cool.
I think my comment was 66.
It was. It was an asterisk with 66 because you were asterisking what I said in the podcast where I said I have 65 subscribers.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Adam, why don't you tell everybody who you are real quick?
Hey, what's up? I am a YouTuber. They're looking at my channel right there. It's got video game stuff on it. I talk about retro video games, and I show retro video games, and I do odd things usually related to retro video games in ways that don't always make sense. And I don't just talk about reviews of the PS1 and N64.
But he does do a very good job covering those things. I will say, since yesterday we talked about his fact that he was the last person to publicly play the Nintendo PlayStation, today I'm going to say you should go check out his video on why isn't Nintendo hardware powerful. It's a good video.
Thanks.
It's a little older,
people
but
love to fight me on that one all the time. Oh my god.
Don't fight him. Just watch the video. All right. Today is...
The whole premise of the video is wrong. No, it's not. You didn't watch it.
Yes.
I can tell because your comment is retarded.
Yeah. Today we're talking about our Tuber Tuesday previous guest on the show, RGT85.
I know him.
He's been on YouTube quite a long time now, although not as long as Adam, to be fair.
No one has been around as long as me. I'm 11 years old on this platform. I'm a dinosaur.
What about AVGN? Huh?
Okay, he wins. James is awesome. Yeah, that guy. You know, it's funny. Going back to my channel for a split second, you saw that I had the Blockbuster video there. I gave James's crew advice on a Blockbuster video because we shot it on the same weekend. I just shot it 3 days before them.
Yep. I remember
but they
I
held
asked you
on to
that
their footage for like 6 months.
Yeah, that was kind of funny because they had like asterisk. We did this footage before all the stuff went down.
Yeah.
So
that's not really important, but
no.
That's the closest I've ever come. I've met James a couple times, but the closest I ever came to working with him is advising his manager, this is what you should do with Blockbuster when you drive down there, because we were all in Portland, and I'm like, it's like 3 hours away. Here's everything. His manager is a buddy of mine. He's actually he was a manager of mine until he exclusively went to James. But yeah, good guy.
And AVGN, if you watch this episode, get a video with Adam in it. That needs to happen.
I would do it, but he knows that.
There you go. All right, so RGT85 recently crossed the 300,000 subscriber mark. All right, he's got 302,000 subscribers at the time of us recording this video. He'll probably have like 305 by the time this video releases because that's just how YouTube works. His channel was created on May 8th, 2015. He has, let's double check this, 76 million views. More than that, you can see it right there. And if you want to find him, go to youtube.com/RGT85. It's very simple. I will give him crap for this because we told him on the podcast when he was on that his description needs to update. It says RGT85 brings the best content from the world of retro gaming with a dash of modern gaming thrown in. From the NES to current gen, you'll find a wide variety of retro news, reviews, features, and more. Just get rid of the word retro and news because you do a lot of news, but you're not so much a retro channel anymore.
Yeah, he definitely has changed.
So, RGT, get your description fixed. I think he fixed his links finally, because last time I checked it, they didn't go anywhere. Let's see. He fixed it. Okay, he fixed it. Before it went
to... better than me then, because mine are definitely dead and out of date.
I will say
aware
this.
of it. It just changed.
He fixed it, so good. Good on you for fixing that. I sent him a message a while back, said, hey, dude, this goes to, like, Sean Long 85. And he was like, oh, thank you. I'll fix that. But he did not fix his description yet. So, RGT, when you watch this video, because I'm going to send it, I'm going to spam it to you until you watch it. I'm glad you fixed your links. Now fix your description. All right. So, what is RGT85 known for? Well, he's not known for retro gaming anymore, but he is big on that in the past. So, you can find a lot of retro content from him. But he's more about modern gaming news, the latest and greatest. He does retro gaming reviews and mini documentaries like he did on Halo DS, which is a great video. Everybody should go watch it. It's really good. He's also doing a lot of podcasts with his friends like Spawncast, CVC Gaming Podcast with, I think his name's Jason Lapine, and then the CHRILLCAST. He did a video with us, so hopefully he'll come on again and we can make this a...
Self-promotion.
But he's also a very, what I would say, a very charismatic dude. who's got a very genuine perspective in his videos. He definitely is not trying to oversell or undersell things. He's just who he is, and that's what he presents in his videos, and I appreciate that. So, Adam, you can correct me if you have any disagreements with anything I've said.
No, I don't. It's just, it's funny. I know Sean more like in person than I do from actually from YouTube. So I don't have the same perspective, and that's a really nice way of saying, sorry, Sean, I don't really watch that much of your stuff, and I don't blame you for not watching my stuff, but I love hanging with you at conventions when you actually show up.
He does owe you a coffee. He told us that several times.
He owes me like a dinner. Like the amount of times that I've covered for him at conventions that he didn't show up to.
I should change
twice, but it's like
I should change the thumbnail to say RGT you owe Adam dinner.
I mean, coffee's good. I prefer coffee. I'm just saying, like, maybe 2 coffees. Can we
There you
settle
go.
on 2 coffees? Or a coffee with a double shot. How about that? I'm lowering the bar, man.
There you go. His first video on YouTube, the first video that still exists on YouTube, I warned him that this was going to happen, so I wasn't sure if he was going to change anything, but he probably didn't, is 5 games ruined by modern reboots. And if you haven't watched this yet, he actually says, this is Retro Gaming Tube 85, so it's his old name, right? Which he originally said the channel was going to be called Retro Gaming News 85, I think. I think 85 has always been there, but Retro Gaming Tube 85 is a mouthful to put on a t-shirt, which is why he shortened it to RGT 85. But this video is pretty good. He talks about some games that essentially modern remakes did not do any favors to these games, and it's a relatively objective opinion because the games were basically broken by modern gaming trying to remake these games. So it's a good video. Definitely go check it out. It shows that he knew what he was talking about even when he first started. And if you're into these kinds of videos, he does a lot of them in the beginning of his channel, so you can find a lot of these 5 this or these are the worst or the best. Did a lot of these games, a lot of these videos about retro games. So definitely a good channel. Go check out for that.
Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
All right.
So his most popular video, though, I'm sure you guys can guess, is a Nintendo Switch video. He's done a lot of Nintendo Switch stuff
That's
lately.
everyone's most popular video.
It does seem that way.
Not mine.
No, yours is Back to the Future.
Mine's a really weird one that doesn't make sense, but I'm cool with it.
So RGT85 made it very clear when he came on to our podcast, Sean RGT. I don't know. I crisscrossed with whether I should say his channel name or his actual name because people don't seem to. They know RGT85. Not a lot of people know him by Sean. So it's probably better if I go RGT. But
so yeah, you call him RGT85. I'm calling you Sean, dude. I know you as Sean. You're Sean to me.
He did say we could call him Sean on the podcast. I just kept going back and forth.
Well, it would have been weird if he's like, "Don't call me that." We're not on that level. Like it would have been awkward.
That's true.
Like imagine if I was like, "All right, Chris," you're like, "It's CHRILLCAST to you, motherfucker." I'd be like, it creates a it's Sean.
Oh man. Okay. Hey, thanks for the shout out in the video with the shirt. That was cool.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for the shirt.
You're welcome. I was gonna say if you were gonna be on video tonight, you should wear the shirt, but since you're not, I won't
Not
hold
on
it
video.
against you. Adam's like, I'm wearing the shirt, guys.
I will be wearing it in a video.
Cool. That'd be awesome. I watch all of your videos, so I will know if you don't.
Chris will know immediately.
And this video it's still not on.
Yeah, exactly.
This one is not there yet.
This has been
bastard.
150 videos,
After I do it
Adam.
once, it's like you give a mouse a cookie, and every video is like, "Hey, can you wear the shirt again?"
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So his most popular video, back to Sean, because Sean is the focus of the. He's gonna be like, guys, you didn't talk about me at all.
He's right.
15 must-own Nintendo Switch games. So this is a video I've seen. A lot of YouTubers have put this video out, and this is like the type of thing where you might get a playlist of like 10 people talking about 15 must-own Switch games, and then RGT winds up in that playlist. The thing that I find most surprising, though, is a guy like RGT85. None of his videos have hit 1 million views yet, believe it or not. And that was something that he actually kind of found surprising because he's got a lot of videos with a lot of views, but none of them have hit 1 million yet. So definitely go check out his video. Get him to 1 million. You know, let's see that happen. I know we only have like 400 subs, but you know, let's see that happen.
400 extra views.
Exactly. We can get him to 758,000. But this is a cool video. Definitely one I've watched since I bought the Switch to get some perspective on what games I should be looking at. You know, even if I don't agree with any of the things on his list, at least I know these games are popular and good, and I can recommend them to other people. So I like these videos. I don't watch all of them, but I did watch RGT's because I watch a lot of RGT's videos, RGT85's videos.
Can I ask can I ask you a question then? Because maybe we can help advise Sean on how to get to 1 million views from a guy who's only done it like once. But I do have. In all seriousness, my agent gave me some advice on this. Are you familiar with the term evergreen channel?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you define RGT85 or Sean's channel as an evergreen channel?
Not his news stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely not the new stuff.
That's the problem. Is it's all short bursts. You get the initial like blast of views, but no one ever goes back and looks at like, I hear the Nintendo NX might come out soon. Like nobody goes back to watch those.
Mhm.
We made that comment last week or 2 weeks ago. Where was it Sir Fool Plays or was it with Rin? I can't remember. But we said like some of the content is evergreen and some of it isn't on the channels that we watched, or maybe it was with Hidden Xperia. I can't remember. But we said like it's good to have news in there because that'll hit views immediately. But it's also good to slice in a couple of videos that can gain views over time.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So
But then again, I'm in no position to give Sean advice. I did that once. He and I talked about stuff, but he's doing way better than me. So keep kicking ass, Sean.
This type of video. You're talking about these kinds of videos. What is the truth about Halo on the DS? That type of a video.
So that will always be relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a really good video. And the only thing I can really say, we'll get into it later. I have a couple comments, but what do we like about his channel? What are some things we enjoy about his channel? You know, you got to build him up before you tear him down, right?
I like that Sean is on his channel because I like Sean.
After talking to him for like a good 3 hours, he's a cool dude. I really enjoyed talking to Sean.
Yeah, it was really cool. Are you on, Chris, or
you go well? You go well.
All right, so I mean, I like his like style of content. So I like the fact that it's just like sort of him like in a room, like giving the news. Like it's like me calling up a buddy. I like that about it. I also like his thumbnails. So if you could go to his thumbnails.
Oh, he's got good thumbnails.
So I both like and dislike. So I'll bring up what I dislike later. But I do like his thumbnails because they're very consistent. They always have him on it, so I know exactly who is putting that video out, and like I'll click on it because I like him and I like his content. So I like that. And also he has like the big words on there. Some of the YouTubers that we've looked at have really small fonts. I appreciate that his are very large. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to say. I like his content and I like his thumbnails. So
I appreciate the fact that he did a lot of retro content in the beginning, and there's only like with a channel like his, at least from talking to him, there's only so much retro content you can do consistently without doing something like what, you know, like an Adam Koralik does, where he goes to Japan, finds old consoles and then reviews them or talks about them, like, you know, the Casio Loopy.
Step it up, RGT.
The Loopy.
Yeah, what kind of weird asshole would do that?
But I really liked his retro content, and then I just kind of progressed into his news content. So if I see him and somebody else doing the same news, now I have to make a choice. So like when him and Spawn make the same video, not the same video, they never make the same video, but when they talk about the same things, then I have to make a decision because those two are covering similar subjects. So I like it when I see them covering different news on the same day because they're kind of in the same network, you know what I mean? And when you're competing on the same network, that can hurt you a little bit. But overall, I usually pick, I'll usually watch both of them because they'll cover different things. And he has clickbait thumbnails that actually get me, or clickbait video titles that get me, and he usually delivers. It's not clickbait if you deliver, I guess. So it's not clickbait, but it is something that
enticing.
Enticing. There you go.
That's a better way of putting it. Yep.
Because I wouldn't call his channel clickbait. He never clickbaits. He always delivers on what he's talking about. But they're channels that like leave a little bit like, what does he mean by that? So I'm intrigued, and I go and dive into the video. So I like that he does that. It's a good part of his channel. And then I like when he splices in the evergreen content. He's got like the Halo DS video, which I've recommended to several Halo YouTubers to watch, and they've all come back and said, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." I'm glad that I have this information now that I will never ever use, but it's a cool story. You know what I mean? Like Hidden Xperia is not going to cover it now; it's already there. Or like you know, any of
it's
other.
Still cool though. I mean, it's Halo. It's a really cool Halo story.
Exactly. So it's something that nobody even amongst the Halo community really knows a lot about. But RGT just put that video out, and it's like that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Adam. Other than Sean being on the videos, is there anything else that you really enjoy about his channel?
Well, no, it's just that it's Sean being Sean. Like, if you know what you're going to get every time. You're just going to get this genuine dude who knows his shit and is just going to, you know, talk straight to you about it. I like his presentation. And like you said, like, one good thing that's interesting about Sean's is his workflow. Like a news story will break, and I'll check YouTube, and he's already got a video on it, and he's just like, I don't know how. I mean, it's like, dude, you just work all day. Like, what are you doing? But you also know it's a big deal when like him, Spawnwave, Dreamcast guy, and like Review Tech USA all have a video on the same subject. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess PS5's logo was announced or whatever. Like, but it's like you get the news really quick. I appreciate it. It's like, Sean, you've become like a source of information, like a source, my news source. I'd rather look at your thumbnail than go read Kotaku. So good on you.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like he broke the PlayStation Classic news at like 3 a.m. when that showed up on because in Japan, right, 3 a.m. is really like I don't even know what time that would be.
5 p.m. there, I think.
Yeah, because it's like 12 hours different. So he broke
Depends
that
on
news.
what time zone in the U.S. we're talking about too, but yeah.
True. For me, it would be like 12 hours apart because we've recorded with some people in Japan before, and it's like a 12-hour difference. So like for us, it was like midnight. For them, it was like noon.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was one of the things we actually talked to him about it in our interview. So plugging our interview, go check out our RGT85 interview,
that was a good one.
where he talked about I was like up on a Discord chat at 3 a.m. and I was like, hey, should I cover this? And they were like, yeah, do it. And he's like, all right. And I remember waking up to that at like 6 a.m, getting ready for work, and I was like, PlayStation Classic, and I clicked on it. So that was a really good move by him, in my opinion, to catch that right out the gate. And he's one of those guys on top of it. If he's awake and it breaks, he's gonna make a video about it. So
I will say, for whatever reason, his channel is one of the channels that YouTube buries for me. I actually have to search for him.
Which is why it's good he does collabs, because collabs will bring his channel to more eyes. Like when he collabs with Spawnwave, right? More people are going to see it because Spawnwave's got a few more subs. And he
always pops up for me. I'm not even subscribed to him anymore. Not that I don't like him, it's just that he doesn't pop up for me. Or I'm just not subscribed. And RGT85 does not ever come up. I always have to look for him.
Maybe you should subscribe to him so he shows up in your feed.
I am subscribed to him.
I'm just kidding. Well, I know that.
Yeah, like wouldn't that be weird if that's all it boiled down to? He's like, he's never in my feed. Did you sub? Did I?
Yes.
What?
Did you turn your computer on and off? No.
Did I go to YouTube? No.
That's Vimeo, dude. That's Vimeo you're on.
There you go. All right. So, what are some things we think RGT85 should work on going forward?
His convention appearances. Show up to them.
Buy Adam coffee.
Yeah. Well, that part too. Yeah, that's just anybody should do that. I mean, come on.
If I'm ever in Chicago and we're not having to social distance, I will gladly buy you a cup of Joe.
I miss interacting with people directly. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, Will, what would you like to talk about? What are some things that you would appreciate?
All right, go back to his homepage.
Okay.
All right, so his banner doesn't tell you at all what this channel is about. His icon or banner. I mean, the thing is, like, obviously we know that's his logo, but if you're just stumbling upon this channel, you would not necessarily know what this is. And the thing is, I want to know how many people actually go to a description of a channel to decide if they want to look at that channel. So I think the banner is the first thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No one, the about, like, no one ever looks at that.
That's why YouTube has buried it so far down the line.
Yeah. Anyway, so the banner, I would say, like, I don't know how to spice it up because I'm not very graphically inclined, but just make it so, like, it actually sort of shows what you're doing, like maybe like, say, like, you know, gaming news or something. And then back how I said I really like his thumbnails, but I also dislike his thumbnails a little bit. We go down. What's with the faces that he makes, man? I know he's gonna be like, that's my face. No, like, I don't know what's going on there. He's like sort of like discontent or something, or I don't know what that face is.
This has got to be like surprised. I think this is surprised.
I don't know what it is.
I do like this one with the switch where he's always like.
Yeah, that's fine. But he usually does like the same face, like see it keeps happening.
You know what he did is he took a picture in front of a green screen so that he could reuse that same. Because if you notice, he uses it on multiple, like that one I think he used. Yeah, so yeah. He reuses them occasionally.
Pick a different one.
So I think that's just Sean being Sean, but yeah. I could see where maybe the expression on his face may not match the video that he's doing necessarily, or like you're maybe not sure exactly what that face is supposed to bring, but I'm pretty sure it's surprise or like what, or like, you know, like if I tried to do the same thing, I'd probably look a lot like what he's doing. So to be fair, it's not exactly the easiest thing to convey.
This is a personal thing because there's been a couple of times where I've looked at the video and I've actually made a decision. It's like, is this interesting enough for me to click on?
Understand.
with that face.
So, all right, this is constructive criticism to Sean, even though he doesn't need it from me. But yeah, when talking about the thumbnail thing with the faces, he is the embodiment of the meme of YouTubers reacting artificially to stuff. And I don't mean that in like a disingenuous way. I believe Sean legitimately feels the way he's expressing, but he is essentially, in like acting terms, like he's just making it bigger and bolder, which I say that lovingly because like he definitely, it works and you get it immediately, but the faces, Sean, come on, people don't react like that. Like that's all I'm saying.
I love this. Like I could totally turn his switch face into a meme when he's going.
Exactly.
I love it though. I love those thumbnails.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. We are not criticizing you, dude. Like, it's funny. Like, that's the worst thing that we've got. You know, you're kicking ass.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So my comment is, I want some more of his retro content. Like, I like his news. I watch it. You're right. It's the first source I go to before, like I go to Spawnwave and him before I go to Kotaku every day. But yeah, I would love some more of his long form retro stuff. Like if he just spliced one of those in every month or so. I miss that content significantly. It was the reason why I originally subscribed to his channel, and I think I talked to him about that when we did the interview even. I said that was actually why I originally subscribed to his channel, was all of his retro content, which is one of the reasons why I subscribed to Adam Koralik too, is I love the retro content. Even if I never buy those consoles, I find it so interesting to hear about the technology and like how it's changed, progressed, the experience people have had with it. It's the same reason I subscribed to Southern Sega Gentleman, because I enjoy the retro content. Even if I never plan to buy the hardware, I love hearing about it. So
it's just fascinating as a subject.
It's like history for me, you know, like history that I actually care about.
Yeah.
So I would love to see his thoughts on, like, you know, I know that a long time ago a viewer sent him the Saturn version of Panzer Dragoon. I would love to see him like play that and give an actual reaction to it, or like give his review on Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Sega Saturn.
Panzer Dragoon cool. Or Panzer Dragoon Saga?
I think it was Saga. Pretty positive it was Saga.
Pretty big difference.
I think he actually got both, but
okay.
I would love to see Saga because he was making a really big deal out of Saga, so it sounds like he has some experience with that.
Saga is like one of the most expensive games in the world.
I'm pretty positive it was Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Losing your shit over Panzer Dragoon 1's like, oh cool, $20 worth of games as opposed to like $1,000 game. So it's like,
oh wow, okay.
Well, one of his viewers lovingly sent him Saga and another game, and the other one was expensive too, but the one I definitely recognized was Panzer Dragoon Saga out of the two of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would just like to see his thoughts on it, right? So that's something I would like to see, is him reviewing some of these games. Because I know he's got a huge Sega Saturn collection. Maybe even collab with Adam and Southern Sega Gentleman sometime, just talking about the Saturn.
That'd be cool. Super cool. I would definitely watch that.
So,
noted.
Anyways, what are our predictions going forward for his channel?
I bet he'll keep making videos.
I bet you he'll keep making late breaking news videos. No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just hedge our bets here. When does he hit 500,000 subscribers?
Probably in a year or two.
Yeah, I mean he gained like 40 or 50,000 recently though, right? Like within the last like 6 or 7 months, or am I wrong in that?
He was at, you know what? Just for fun, where was he at when we had him on the podcast? Because that'll give us a good baseline here to see how quickly he's progressed. It's not channels, videos. Link will be in the description below to see our interview with RGT85. I'm going to plug our content.
It's much better than this one.
So let's see here. How many did he have? He had, and this quality is garbage. Let me get the quality up to 1080 so I can actually read what's on the screen. 288 looks like. So he's gotten 12,000 more subscribers since April. Okay. So that's what, like 6,000 a month? Essentially,
yeah, so I think I'm right there. I think he's went up 40 or 50,000 in the last 6 months.
I think you're right. I can tell you this: when I first started watching his channel, he had 80,000 subs, and that was when he went full-time YouTube, and he's exploded since then. So
yeah. I think Adam's right. I think in about a year he'll be at that point for sure.
And when do we think he'll get 1 million views on a video? It'll have to be evergreen content.
Generally has to, unless you just end up with like one video so unique that it just blows up on its own, like in a short burst. News videos don't usually do that unless they are somehow
Viral.
not only viral, but like truly a breaking scoop. Like if he somehow got early access to like the PlayStation 5 and no one else had it, that would do it. But like that, news videos outside of that don't typically blow up. They just do really well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Austin Evans getting the exclusive Xbox Series X video.
Precisely.
That one was nuts, and I watched that one, of course.
Yeah, everybody did, because we all wanted to see it. If Sony went to him and was like, "You are the guy we chose for the PlayStation 5 teardown," even though infamously Sean was the guy who took a GCHD, couldn't fit it in his GameCube, so he cut off part of it when everybody was like, "You didn't have to do that." But I'm just making fun of you, buddy. But yeah, so I don't think he'd be the hardware guy. But if for some reason they did that, yeah, that would be the type of news that's like, "Hey guys, guess what I got? PS5."
I will say this: RGT said as much on our podcast. Like, technology is cool, but I'm not like the most adept at technologies. Like, I just love video games, love covering video games. I know a lot about the market and the strategies and all that stuff. I know how to write about them, review them, but I'm not the hardware guy. Like, he's like, I bought my first computer in like 10 years, like 2 weeks ago when we had him on our podcast. He did say that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a cool dude. He knows how to review video games, but he has said himself, I'm not the hardware expert, right? I know a lot. I'm not the hardware expert. So I would agree with that sentiment. You're right. That probably won't happen. But it would be a late-breaking story that would get him 1 million views, probably overnight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If he got something like that. Like, if he had gotten the scoop that Sega was producing the Dreamcast too, which Adam would probably get, but if he got
I might be the guy who would get that one. Yeah.
That would probably get 1 million views.
Yes, definitely.
Or if you got, honestly, if you got the exclusive for the Amico and television, that could probably get there too, if it actually does really well.
We'll talk
Even
about
if it
that when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, do you guys have any closing thoughts?
Sean, please show up at conventions. I don't want to have to cover your panels. Did he ever tell you this story?
He did. But you can throw us a quick little story about it if you want.
A couple of different conventions that we were supposed to be guests at, he was unable to show up for various reasons. In one such case, he created a panel specifically called "Make Sega Great Again," and he asked me to be a guest on it, along with a couple other guys. Actually, the other guys were D-Dave. Unfortunately, Dave of D-Dave just passed away a couple weeks ago. But all of us were going to do this panel. I was like the fourth wheel. Like, I was the last guy on that. They were just like, yeah, we need another guy to sit in the chair and do that. And none of them showed up except me. So then all of a sudden I had to like wrangle up a bunch of my guys and be like, come on, guys, we're doing a panel to cover. Everybody, welcome to the RGT 85 panel. He's not here. D-Dave, those guys, Dumpster Divers, Big, you all love them. They're not here. None of you know me. Hey, what up, Bill? I know you. I know you know me. I don't know how you... Anyway, the rest of you don't know me or anybody up here. We're going to talk about Sega. No, please don't leave. We actually know what we're talking about. Here, look, I'll prove it. And I whip out the voice of Shenmue, like Corey Marshall. I'm like, see, the guy's on the phone. Like, we're connected. Now let's just talk about some Sega.
I might not be the guy that you were expecting, but I am the guy you deserve.
I'm like really lame Batman.
I think with that we should sign this one off.
Yes, definitely.
That's the quote. I'm the really lame Batman. All right. As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm the Koralik. I'm really lame Batman.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST. Bye.